Hey friends, Amanda here, Bare Bones Living. Welcome back. And today I am starting a project that I have been dying to do since we moved into this house, and that is to actually create a workable pantry in this house. And I've never had an actual working pantry. Coming from, the suburbia and stuff like that, I was just getting into starting to can things and stuff like that. And then, so I only had like odds and ends and a couple things canned. And then since moving here, I have canned lots of things and I have completely run out of space to hold them. I don't store them properly because I don't have the space to hold them. But hopefully I will be rectifying these errors this weekend, or at least in the coming future. And my husband has agreed to build me a shelving unit that I can easily store and move in and out my jars so I can see what I have. I know what I have. They're not stacked on top of each other. All the things. We do live in a modular home, so space is very well used in a modular home. There are not a lot of extra spaces available. But when we moved in, the previous owners had bought a storage container, and that is what that's what I started using as my pantry, and I quickly outgrew that, and then I got a wire shelving unit, and I have filled that up as well. Plus I don't really like using the wire racks because the cans don't slide across it very well, and so I just wanted to hurry up and get a before of what I'm starting at, and then hopefully I can unveil this beautiful pantry at the end. So pardon my mess and clutter, but the room that you are looking at is actually my laundry room. So I have my washer and dryer over here and like all my laundry stuff and Mike's car wash stuff up here. I hang my apron on my door. And then on this side of this room is where I have been, okay, focus, woo, there we go. This is where I have been storing all of my canned goods, our harvested squash, and surplus things, large things that I have bought, some sweet potatoes. And then this is that storage cabinet. Look, I've even started storing up there as well, stacking on top. I have lots of vanilla started up here. I have all my canning. This shelf, I think they intended for laundry stuff, but I have all my canning stuff up there. This is that wire rack. The only thing I like the wire rack for is putting my rings on. I thought that was pretty ingenious. But oh yeah, and then this is also an issue because this is our electric panel that this is blocking here. So if we ever need to get to our panel, we have to take down all of these. And as you can imagine, I don't get access to these things down here very often. So it's, it's just a cluster. The space in between, I have apple cider vinegar, and I think flour, and I think this one's empty right now. But as you can tell, there's lots of odds and ends in here. Plus I have more out here. I have my mill here. That's a meat slicer, or like a deli slicer here. That thing. water. Oh, this is my wheat berries. But this, of course I can't even open that. But in here is where I have most of my canning stuff, of my canned materials. And as you can see, they're double stacked, but I ran out of space, so I put them in the boxes and put them on top, hoping that that would like distribute across, and hopefully not damage the integrity of too many things. Empties, there's I think my applesauce is back there. More lids and junk. Spot shampooer. Everyone needs that. Water glassed eggs, some juice, fermented peppers, bay leaves, poultry shrink bags, randomness. So, it has worked for now, but now we're going to take this thing out of here, which means I have to take everything out of there, off here. Oh, God, this thing is... Take everything off of here, remove this unit. Sorry, space is not, there we go. Space is not very adequate back here. So I'm going to be removing this shelf, and then we're going to be taking this shelf down because we're going to come out, we're going to build our shelf to about here. And then we're going to move it out also. We're going to use 2x4s and plywood. So we're going to cut the plywood in half and do a half width shelf. So it's going to come out to about here, and it'll be slightly further out like there, I think. We'll build one shelf here, and then we might build another one over here, but for the time being we're going to keep this metal thing in here. Probably use that for this stuff up here because it's going to be displaced. We'll see how it all works out when we get there. But this is the before. All the stuff. And hopefully the after is going to be way better. And this is what we ended up with. And I'm so excited to show you guys what I got in here. I'm so happy to have this. I'm so proud of my husband for building this. And then I stained it and filled it the next day. And I cannot be more thrilled with how it turned out. So my before videos I was taking on my camera, and I just couldn't get a good angle on it with the tripod that I have for my camera, and this is such a narrow, space that I'm working in. So I'm gonna do this on my phone because I think I'll get a much better view of what I have here. So I will try to do my best to get the best overview that I can here. But we do have the first 3 rows are the same spacing, and we just use 2x4s and OSB, and I know that you can see the spray paint that they use on the side of the OSB, and the other side is where the other side of the board is where Mike cut. And he was like, you can either have a straight blue line or you can have my kind of curvy cut side that doesn't have the blue, but it's going to be an uneven surface. And I was like, you know what? I don't even mind the blue. I actually kind of like it. So that doesn't bother me at all. So we try to do this as cheaply as possible. That's why we went with the OSB. But this thing is solid as a rock. And then he finished this on Sunday, and I stained it. It took Mike 2 weekends to build this, and that wasn't like working all the time on it. But he finished it Sunday, like midday, and then I took over, and it took me about 3 hours to stain this whole thing, and I absolutely love it. And I guess we'll start down here. We put it high enough so that we could get our 5-gallon buckets underneath, and the 5-gallon buckets are too deep. So these ones over here are flour. I have my water glassed eggs, and then behind that I have a 5-gallon bucket of ACV. I have rice and sugar, and then behind that behind the rice I have wheat berries, and behind the sugar I have rolled oats. Then my next shelf here is like my fruits and vegetables, and that I have pumpkin, pineapple, potatoes, cranberries for cranberry juice. I do have some store-bought juice here and some store-bought coconut milk here. Then I have applesauce, corn, green beans, giardiniera, and pickles. Then the next row is all my tomato products. So I have tomato juice, diced tomatoes, and cherry tomatoes. Pasta sauce is here. One salsa. This one's like a fire roasted salsa. And then that one over there is another, like this one, let me see. Yeah, roasted salsa, and then a fiery salsa. So that one's a little more spicy. Then I have salsa verde, and then I have some tomato paste, store-bought tomato paste on that shelf. Then the next shelf, I have all my broths, which I have a lot of broths. This is all chicken over here. This is pork. Oh no, this is turkey. Excuse me, this is turkey. This is pork. This is venison. I don't have any beef broth right now. I have lots of beef bones, and now I have space. I have a lot of things that I want to can, and I didn't have any more space. So chicken, turkey, pork, venison, and then this is lard that I canned from our pig. And then up here I have my meats. I have ham, plain chicken. This is a balsamic chicken, and that's all the meat that I have canned currently. But again, that's on my to-do list. This eyesore is for future canning, and behind here is where my extra cans are. I have space for extra cans, guys. It's so exciting. And then I have cream of mushroom and cream of celery soups here. I have a ham and bean soup here, and this is all turkey and corn soup starter, and I use these for like, as like meal starters as well. So like pot pies and things. And then my last shelf up here is my narrowest shelf, and this is all of my jams and fruit kind of preserves. Except I guess for these. This is mustard, cowboy candy. These are chili peppers, my Anaheim peppers that I canned. Some of Miss Lisa's jam. I got some watermelon jam here and some carrot holiday jam. We gotta get into those. These are lots of strawberry jams that I made before we moved. This is 2 rows of blueberry syrup that I made. This is watermelon syrup that didn't work out very well, but it's still delicious watermelon syrup. This is Concord grape. This is a mixed berry, mango. This is my Sugar Rush peach jam, and then these are cranberry sauces up here. So now I have, oh, and then I guess my top shelf is, I have like my canners. I got a water canner back there, my roaster, my Wonder Mill, and my, that's my deli slicer up there. And then I'm hanging my aprons off the side here. So I'm super excited to have this. I love how it looks. I love how it feels. I can actually see all of my products and see all the hard work that I have done. Everything before was, you know, like in boxes. I wasn't really sure how much I had of any one thing. I thought I had a lot more tomato products than I do. I'm so excited about this. I feel like I have a grocery store. I love being able just to see everything out in front of me, and it's just so exciting to have and be able to visualize everything. I've only had it for 2 days, and I've already pulled like 5 jars off the shelves to use. Just because when you see it and you know what you have, you're like, oh, I forgot I made that, or oh, I could use that in a recipe right now, or oh, I can use that tomorrow to make something. So I'm super excited to have this. I'm excited to add to it because I could not can anything because I had no space. First of all, I ran out of jars, which I have never run out of jars in my life. But I mean, now we're growing so much more and I'm preserving so much more, and we're doing this homestead thing, right? So I ran out of jars. So I had to go out and buy a bunch of jars. We actually had to buy 2 separate purchases of like 4 things of jars. And so this is my second purchase of jars. So I have 2 full things of quarts and 1.5 thing of pints, I think, that I'm going to be putting to use, canning a lot of meat because we have to make way for our other pig, Frank, who we are putting in freezer camp in a couple weeks. But I'm so thrilled to have this, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope maybe you got something out of this. I cannot recommend this enough. I am loving this. And it's just so, first of all, it's a testament to how much I've canned. It's a testament to how much I've grown, how much I've preserved, how much work I've done. And I could not tell how much I had because everything was stacked on top of each other. Everything was behind closed boxes. nothing was super, you know, consolidated. So having like a box of broth here and like a box of tomatoes here and then another box of broth over here, and this is so much more exciting. It's so much more organized and it makes me feel so good. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for stopping by today and joining in on our journey here at Bare Bones Living. We'll catch you on the next one.